Hello, welcome guys. Today I want to do a video or lecture on how to set your take profit and stop loss, and also just explain the concept of what take profit and stop loss is. So what it is important as a trader. So we're going to find out in this lecture. So remember, I I'm doing a series of beginners. I'm doing a series of lectures for beginners. So these are interlinked to the previous lectures. So if you don't understand anything, you can always go to the lecture I did, Meta Trader 4 Explained. So you can know how I managed to navigate to some areas on the app, So then let's get right straight into the deal for the day. So you watch me, I'm going to do some explanation here. All right, so without further ado, let's get straight to business. So we have this, normally it's always shortened, we call it TP, which means take profit. And we have another term called XL, which stands for stop loss. So what do we mean? As a trader, whenever we go into the market, we must have a mental take profit and a mental stop loss. Now, what do we mean by take profit? Now, take profit, we're likely telling the market, if all things go well and the market move according to our analysis in our direction, then at a certain level, we're expecting our trades to close in profit. You get that? Take profit. Now, this is an auto action, that is an automatic action, because we don't want to be trading and spending all day on the computer or in the market observing the trade, monitoring the trade, and waiting for it to reach its destination, and then we close it manually. Now, there are times where you can close your trade manually, but there are times where you just need to set the trade, now impute the right value, like take profit value, stop loss value, and allow the market to run. Now, how do we do that? We're going to watch that in this video lecture. So, but just let this take in. What I mean, or what I'm referring to take profit, I'm referring to the market. Once the market moves in our direction, I mean in profit, we're expecting the market to achieve a target, and once the market hits a target we want the market to take profit, collect the profit. Because if you don't set those parameters, there are chances that the market could get to that place and then reverse back, because the market is always moving, it's not staying in one place. So that's the work of the take profit when you set it. So we're assuming we're setting this take profit when we are not watching the chart, or we're not there, we're asking the trade to close at a certain level, price level. That's why we're setting the take profit. Now, the stop loss. What's the work of the stop loss? Now, the work of the stop loss is supposed to be a particular direction away from where we have placed our trades. So we're expecting, suppose the market changes direction, suppose the market does not go according to the way the trade is planned and it moves in a negative value, so we are expecting a certain level of loss in in that account that we are ready to risk. It could be $5 lost, it could be $10 lost according to your account size and the lot size you've selected. So what we are referring to with the stop loss is whenever we put a buy, for example, a buy is supposed to be a market that's supposed to move upwards. So if we place a buy and we're expecting markets to take a move to this direction, but instead of the market moving, it's going the opposite direction, downward. So what are we doing? We're expecting that from this place we take a buy, we placed a buy, and if the market decides to start going downward, by calculation, remember I said a good trader must always have a mental stop loss. So there's a reason why you're setting the stop loss there, because you're expecting there's either a closer support zone there, so you're expecting even if the market is going to pull back, because those are market strategy. The market makers, sometimes we want to take small accounts out, and also we want to do what we call stop loss hunt, where the market will hit your stop loss at this level and then it start moving again. So but what you're doing is you're not just putting your stop loss, but you're calculating where your trade is, and then what are you looking at this zone? Is there any potential support zone where the market, if it moves back, if it moves down to this level, is there any possibility that the trade is going to bounce back to the upside? So you make those calculations and then put the stop loss not too close to your trade, because sometimes the market doesn't move immediately, but it needs to gain momentum, so it might be moving, fluctuating up and down. So you want to be calculative in placing your stop loss. So but what we're trying to say in a nutshell is that there are some days that analysis can be totally wrong. So those days that analysis are totally wrong, analysis can be totally wrong. What is the work of the stop loss? We're putting the stop loss whether we are presently watching the chart or the market do its thing, or we are not there, we are about our businesses or work and whatever. Now we're asking the market, or we're asking, we're setting it based on an automatic reaction, not reaction. We're setting based on an automatic action that once the market goes some pips away, some move away from the direction we placed it, instead of going upwards, it started moving downward, and we're counting that on a loss. That's a loss trade. So what do? We are setting a certain distance or target where we want the trade to be closed automatically, whether we are not there or not, with just a few percentage of losses. So that is okay. It's normal. When you're taking your trade, you have to calculate your take profit while you're taking the trade, and where you are looking at the market is where the market is supposed to move, to what extent. So you are targeting profit. But suppose the market changes direction and begins to go the other direction. Now we are setting a certain level of losses where we want to take. So that is just it. It could be -$1 based on the account side. It could be -$10 loss, and then we close. So, but when you don't set a stop loss, what do we mean? We mean that if the market begins to move and it keeps moving, and we saw that the analysis was totally wrong, when we don't set the stop loss, that means we're leaving we're allowing, or we're risking that account, because the market could keep going downward and never return to that position where we place the trade. So the importance of this stop loss is to cut losses and close the trade, save the account balance. But when there is no stop loss, it's like something that is supposed to have a limit, but because we didn't set a limit, then what happens? The thing comes to that place, and instead of we we're supposed to have some control measure at that place to control that disaster. But because there are no control measure, what happens? We have a heavy disaster moving, and it keeps going, and we have more disaster happening. So that is what the stop loss, the work of the stop loss and your take profit is. So that is that. So the next thing I'm going to let us know is, okay, the next thing before that one, know that your take profit and stop loss is not working just like that. I will move you to the position where you're going to set it, and how you set your stop loss and take profit. You're going to do that by imputing a certain price value where you have the take profit. That is what the market recognizes, that when the market rises to a particular level of value, the market closes your trading profit. When the market drops to a particular level, price level, and we saw that the analysis is not a valid one, then the market closes the trade at a certain price level. Okay, guys. Now we have another thing. When a trade alert is being sent, what are you going to see? Sometimes we have what is called TP1, TP2, TP3, and TP4. But for now, we are going to just look at this. Now, what is take profit 1? For example, when you open 4 positions of sell or buy, what are you going to do? You could use the same take profit value for all the trades, but most time what we do is that when it's a swing trade, we're expecting that at least by each target the market hits, we are setting a value that once the market moves in this direction to a certain level, the first trade that is open, position that is open, we want the market to close it and collect the profit. Now when we open the second position, suppose from analysis we're expecting that the buy should take or the sell should take the whole day or the whole week. What are we going to do? The first move that is achievable by the market is always the take profit. So we will do it by analysis. Remember, I said it's going to be a mental work. You always mark your take profit and your stop loss. So you do this by mental work. So you always look at the chart where possibly the market will move and give you some pullbacks. So now, once the market moves in the direction where it gets to TP1, we are setting a value there. The trade closes. Now, when the market moves in the direction where it hits TP2, it closes instantly at its own price value. Then it's left with TP3 and 4. As long as the market keeps moving upwards or downward, each time it hits the value you have set for TP3, you can decide to set one value for all of them based on your analysis. And why they open many positions sometimes is that you open it for increase in profit. If I open 0.1 and the person that opens 0.4 position, you won't compare the profit percentage with someone that is holding one position. So, but now, what happens if the market is going against you? How do you close all these 4 positions? So that means you have to manually close them. But right now, that's not what we're talking about. We're looking at setting your TP1, TP2, TP3, and TP4. So your TP3, there's always a value. You are looking at the market. When it gets there, it closes, so it might have its own value different from TP1, TP2. So just note that, and even the TP4. So that is how you do that. And then for stop loss too, the stop loss could also have different value or one value based on the analysis. For each of the position, there also should be a stop loss, as also there should be a take profit. So the more you open the position, the more you should think of setting stop losses for each of those positions. I hope the point is clear. Okay guys, without further ado, let's jump straight to our MT4 app. Let's see how we can set our stop loss and our take profit. I hope we understand that the stop loss, the work of the stop loss, is an automatic action where the trade closes whether we are there or we are not there, live or our data, our phone is off, our data is finished. But because we have set everything, the parameter based on auto action, the market closes, it does its thing. When it gets there, it closes it at a level of loss or minus, or if it's in profit at the level of what profit. The market takes the profit, and when you come back online, you come and see that, wow, the account has grown from what it was. And that's it. Okay, let's get to the chart right now. Okay, now let me show you something. I'm going to share my screen again. Suppose you get a trade alert as probably a student, or as probably one who takes signal, or as one who wants to trade. Maybe you get a trade alert, sell Euro GBP at this current price level. It could be at this current price level, or it could be from analysis. We're expecting that whenever the market drops downwards to this level or moves upwards, we will just place a pending order. Pending order is simply choosing a sell limit and giving the market a value that once you hit here, trigger a sell at this particular level. Whether I'm online or I'm not online, trigger it, and all this should work based on analysis. But that's not where we're going to. Now this is a trade alert. How do we set it on our MT4? They said sell Euro GBP at 0. Blah blah blah. Now we have take profit 2, and stop loss. So how do we set this parameter up on the MT what? On the MT what? 4. But please permit me, I missed something in that video, and I'm going to come back. Remember, this video is strictly for take profit and stop loss, so don't bother yourself. Just find a way to follow me gradually and you understand. Now I missed something. So when you are placing a buy, now a buy is, suppose you have a market at this structure. When you place a buy here, remember you're expecting the market to move up. And when you place a sell, you're expecting the market to move the opposite direction. So how do we do this? Our take profit, if we are setting take profit for a buy, we are always going to what? Place the line at the up direction where we looking the market is supposed to move. That is where we are going to set our take profit, always above. Then the stop loss, normally TP is always above, and then stop loss for a buy is always below. So suppose the market moves the opposite direction, stop loss is always below the buy. For a sell, the take profit is always what? The TP is always the TP is always above for a sell. Remember, a sell is going downward. Sorry, there's a mistake here. Sorry, for a sell, the stop loss is always is always now when we're talking about sell, we're expecting the market to move downward, so we're always going to set the take profit somewhere in the direction of where the sell is supposed to go, and then we set the stop loss above. So sorry, for a buy, we set the stop loss below the buy position. For a sell, we set the stop loss above the position we place in the sell. So the take profit will always be below for a sell, and for a buy, the take profit will always be above, normally in the direction we're looking at the market is supposed to go. So sell take profit is always below, and the stop loss is always set above the sell, the entry where you place. If this is your entry, you set your stop loss somewhere above your entry. For a buy, you set your stop loss below your entry, and you set your take profit somewhere above your entry. So that is how it goes. So now let's get to the chart. Okay, let's for example, we got a trade alert. For example, we got a trade alert. What pair can we look at here? Let's say we have gold. Let's look at what gold is doing. Okay, so we have gold. If we look at this value to the right hand, it shows us the current quote or the price level which the market is. So, but I just have to move backward. Let me the screen backward. Let me see what. Okay, let me use the daily time frame. All right. So around here, we're supposed to have some resistance, but that's not what I want to do right now. Okay, suppose you get a trade alert, or suppose you want to, for example, sell gold, because on the 4-hour we can see that gold is selling. So how can we get those parameters to set it? The first thing we do, we're going to go to this set of two. We'll look for the horizontal line 2. So what are we going to do? At this current level, we place the horizontal line 2, for example. So I'm using a desktop version, so this line, I told you the MT4 is always difficult to move the lines around, but on your mobile phone it's very easy. It's just to, when you place it, it's just a matter of dragging it to wherever you want. Just hold and drag. So but for now I'm having issue with this, with the line moving. All right, what do I mean? Suppose this is a take profit for this trade. When I look to the right where I place the horizontal line, there's always a value there. So let's say I want to take a sell here, and this is my take profit for a sell. Remember, I said a take profit when you are selling is always what? Below your entry level. I want a sell from this level, so take profit will be here, and then stop loss will be above my entry level. So I will still pick these two regardless of what it's doing. I'm trying to move it. I'm using a PC version, so you might discover some I'm not getting some flexibility doing this. So but you can practice this on your empty what. Okay, the other way we can do this is to copy out the number, whereas what you can do on your MT4 is just holding. When you hold here, you are going to get okay. So when you hold it, but in case I can't get that achieved here, how do we do this? Since I only have two horizontal line, this is the first one, this is the second one. For me to, instead of me copying this, what do? I will now come to this set of these two, this set of two, click on the first horizontal line. This is the price level. I will click copy and paste. So don't worry, I will do that. But the other level I want to show you is wherever this line is, you are going to see a value here, and that's the value. You can either use your notepad, you can copy it to your notepad. So this is our take profit, for example. So for where we have our take profit, I'll copy that, I'll write that take profit. For example, this is my take profit for this trade. So let me split my screen. I don't want to shortcut anything. So I will come here. For example, I'll write take profit for that value. So we have 2 point, sorry, we have 27 point. I have to go back to the chart. So we have 2 points. Let me write everything down so that I'll show you how we set our take profit and our stop loss. So without wasting time, I have to go back and trace where the horizontal line is. This is the price value where it is 27.623797. So that's take profit. So for our sell, let me see if I can get another horizontal line that can imagine. Okay, very good. This is where I want. That's the thing has moved back downward. All right. I believe you should be able to do that on your MT4. So sorry for that. So I want to delete some of this horizontal line. Good. So let me get another new horizontal line. So I'll select this. This is where I'm targeting to get the entry level. All right. So the main thing I want us to pick out here is just our stop loss. So this is take profit. We are selling in between here, and this is our stop loss. Since it's a sell, this the stop loss is always above, and the take profit for a what? For a sell is always below. So I will also note this value here. This is 227.423. So I will go here and copy the number. So stop loss, I will now set it 27226,308. So without wasting your time, you can copy this to wherever and go and paste it when you get there. So now let me do everything in this video so we see it. So for example, I want to send a trade alert. So I can now say sell goal noun. can now say sell gold now. Let me clear it. We can now say sell gold now. Then what are we going to do? They'll give you the take profit value, and they'll give you the stop loss value. So from the point we place the horizontal line, our take profit where we were expecting the market to at least give us some profit, the take profit there was 2.62397, and the stop loss was 27.226308. So what do we mean? Whenever you get a trade like this, sell gold, sometimes they give you a particular level they want you to wait for the market to hit before you sell. Sell gold, it could be now or sell it at certain price. The quote price will be there. They will give you take profit and they'll give you stop loss. How do you execute this kind of trade? Let's get let's get to the practical term of this video. So how do you do that? You go back to your MT4 app. Now you click the plus symbol. Where is our stop loss and where is our take profit? The take profit is always at the right hand side. The stop loss is always at the left hand side. So remember, when you click that plus button to always execute your trade, you could either place a sell and later on close it manually. But when you are busy, or if it is a direct trade alert, normally professionally, we will always give you a level of what? A level of take profit and a level of stop loss, so that you won't blow your account or you won't lose your profit. So everything 50-50. So the right hand side where you have the buy is always your what? Where you have this buy action is always where you put your take profit. The left hand side where you have this sell action is where your stop loss is normally located. So before you set this one, you must set your lot sizes. Let's say gold is a high commodity that can blow one's account, so we can use 0.1 to sell. So you must always input your lot sizes first. You must set the lot size before going to with excitement going to execute any trade. So let's say we have chosen our when they say use minimum lot size, that is where you must know lot sizes. Which one is a minimum lot size? 0.01 is a minimum lot size for now. So this is a minimum lot size we're using to take this trade. So the next thing is looking at how to set our stop loss and take profit. So remember, the stop loss, as I said, is always at the left hand side. So I will set stop loss to 7 from 27226. 27.226. Then the take profit, where we want the trade to close in profit automatically, is 27.623. Now, once we've set our stop loss and our take profit, what do we do? Since we are selling, we now click sell and execute the trade. So we have invalid we have invalid what? We have invalid stop loss. So let me copy what I have here straight. So what I have here, but you can see how it is done. Remember, I am using a PC. to do this, to control this app. So it's not giving me the flexibility I'm supposed to get, like when I'm using my mobile phone. So we're entering a cell here. So take profit is where we place our horizontal line. So let me quickly copy the number to the right. The price value there 27.226, and then the stop loss is 27.423. So that is it. So I'll go back again to execute this trade. So let's type in. Remember, I say you select the lot size before you come over to here. So let's type this now. Stop loss is 27.423, and our take profit is 27.226. So I'll now place a sell now. So the sell is ongoing. So if I open this chart now, I'm going to close this app because we'll not be able to see the chart properly. If I open this, you can see that I am placing a sell here. So it's more likely my entry is not accurate, but I am not taking a live trade, so don't bother. It's just for it's just for lecture purpose. So I'm supposed to take the sell when this at the week of this candle, when the price was a little bit higher than where I'm taking it. So but nevertheless, I can't put a buy there. I just have to watch what is happening, because well, let's not deviate because that's not what I'm showing you. So this is our take profit. You can see TP written here and stop loss is written here. So okay guys, I think that is that. Sorry for extending this video, but I trust that somehow you'll be able to get the concept of what stop loss and take profit is, and how to set it whenever you get a trade alert next time. And sometimes you might need to, sometimes without setting the stop loss, you might need to quickly execute the sell. What if you have executed the sell without putting this? Is there any option for you to do that? Yes, there's an option. There are two ways. You either sell when you've entered sell, you now come down, you come back to your trade, and then what do? You click on what? Modify order. When you click on modify order, you can now come back to set your what? Stop loss. Suppose you didn't set it when you open the trade, so we can now use the previous value for this same one. We can set our stop loss like this, 423, and our take profit value also 27.226. So we click modify. So the trade automatically has been programmed. So whenever the market moved in the negative direction too much and it gets to where our stop loss is, it closes it with some small level of losses. Whenever the trade also move in the positive direction of our trade, in the right direction, it closes and takes profit. It take profit. Now this trade was opened yesterday because it was just a practical or a lecture, just for lecture purpose. We didn't set stop loss and take profit. So that is why you see that if you don't do that, you might likely be buying a market for yourself. You might be buying market for yourself, because when the market was in profit, where it was supposed to have collected the profit and closed, and because the market does not stand one place right now, it's likely buying than selling, because yesterday it was selling, but today is buying. So because I didn't set, or in that video we didn't set those parameters, you can see that right now we are now in red. So those are some of the reasons why you must set your stop loss and take profit. So don't open your trades without setting those things. You might come and see that the market has wonderfully moved against you, and then what happened? Your account is blown. So that is the purpose of the stop loss and take profit. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Please do comment, like. If you have any question, you can leave your questions via the comment below. And I remain myself, FS Kabi the trader. Thank you very much.